Those are the San Jose Sharks I've been waiting for. That was how they can play. That's what they can do on home ice, and they can do that when they go into your building as well. So that's what I've been waiting for, man. Just the want. Like, they just didn't seem like they really wanted it the last couple games. They were hesitant, not putting it on net. They simplified, started putting the puck on net, and you put the puck on the net, man, good things happen more often than not, and they started to run away with it. And the most importantly, they got into the heads of the Oilers. Draisaitl, no room for that. No room for that in hockey, especially in the playoffs. And he could hurt his team. If the league suspends him, which, if they take the precedent that they've set recently, they should suspend him at least one game since he doesn't have a history. Marchand, got two, has a history. That could hurt his team. They need a guy like that. I mean, he plays alongside McDavid for the most part. That could be that presence could be missed, especially, coming back home. Sharks, have the momentum. They're feeling more confident about themselves. All their top guys getting points. We'll see what the league says, but that's the benchmark right there of what I imagine the Oilers would become as this series wore on, and if the Sharks, played better in the last few games, man, because we've seen it. Oilers have been undisciplined the entire series. Then all of a sudden, they start getting blown out, and they start taking stupid penalties, cross-checking people, losing their heads. I'm actually surprised I didn't see Lucic go apeshit, because he's usually the one that you expect to have a tantrum, when it's down like that. But yeah, you cannot spear someone like that, and that's intent to injure and stupid. Just absolutely stupid, man. You can't do that. And I'm glad Tierney's okay, but the league needs to have a look at that, because if you're going to set a precedent that says this isn't going to be punished by anything more than in-game what it was, then you're being inconsistent around the league, and, that's the players are going to start settling their own scores, and you don't want that to happen, especially in the playoffs. So again, we'll see. He could hurt his team, but I don't know. Other than that, Oilers had about 10 minutes in there at the end of the first period where they started to push back, and then they couldn't get that goal. They went into the dressing room. Then after that second period, it was all San Jose from there on out. I mean, what was it, 5 goals in the second? Just crazy. 4 or 5 in the second, I think it was. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was 5. Yeah, it was 5. Insane. Just, they got the power play going. They simplified. They didn't simplify it so much as they changed the approach. They actually were moving more. That's what you need to do in the power play, especially against an active defense and fast, penalty kill like the Oilers have. You have to move around. They were active. They were moving around, and they're creating opportunities, and they were shooting when they had when they had a decent lane. They were taking chances, meaning you shoot, this might not get through, but trust that our guys are in a good position to go get along the boards. We do outnumber them. That was good. Power play worked. What they go, 4 power play goals or 3 power play goals? Great, good. That's what we've been missing. That's what you have to do to that team. They've been taking bad penalties the entire series, and now you've put that threat there. Again, it sucks that these all came in this game and couldn't spread them out across the other, couple games, because, this series could be very close to over, if that were the case. But as it is right now, it's tied back up. This is still anyone's series. 3-game series now, going back to Edmonton. They have the home ice advantage, so Sharks, they need to bring it in Edmonton. They need to they need to take the same energy that they had now, bring it there, and make sure that they capitalize on the Oilers' mistakes. Because, you have to think that you're in their heads now. You have to be. And if they lose Draisaitl for a game, that's even more so. So if you take that, you come back home, you have a great chance to finish that series off. But again, they have to go into Edmonton. They have to win that game to be in that kind of situation. But like I said, yeah, it's a new series now, 3-game series. So, There's still a lot of hockey left to be played, and but it's good. I'm very glad that the Sharks came away with this one, and I'm really, really hoping that they are starting to break the Oilers mentally, because that is the big advantage that they had going into this series, being able to break the young, inexperienced team mentally, capitalize on their stupid penalties and stuff like that. Because, that's just that's what you got to do against that kind of team for sure. So I'm glad to see it finally worked tonight, and just crazy. I mean, yeah, just domination, just domination. Score in the first 15 seconds, that sets a tone. You know, you get on the same period, you get a power play goal as well. I think it was in the same. I forget now. Like when they're all scored, it's all kind of like running together now. There's just so many score, but yeah, I mean, just utter dominant. You can't say anything more about that. Oilers just got to try to bounce back from that as best they can. But as a Sharks fan, I'm hoping that they don't. I'm hoping that it kind of starts to break them. And but you can see it in some of their faces, especially the young defensemen, and that's what you love to see. That's what I love to see as a Sharks fan, seeing some of their young defensemen kind of like not know what to do. They got that confidence after the games 2 and 3 because they're making good plays, they're stopping stuff, and now hopefully you break them down again. Hopefully they revert back to their game 1 playing and making mistakes. Sharks need to capitalize on that and win this next one on the road. You got to do it. Plus, I also am just I want them to win in 6, man. That was what I set in my head. I'm like, Sharks got to do it in 6. That's my prediction. So hopefully they do it. Still, like I said, long series ahead, man. A lot of hockey left to be played. Oilers got to rebound, and they got to do it quickly. And try to tighten up that discipline, because the Sharks power play is clicking now, and you know, you can't let that power play click. It's deadly when it wants to be. When they start shooting, they're deadly. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's really all you can say about that game. I mean, it wasn't very competitive when it comes down to it. It was a non-competitive game from the Oilers. You know, that can happen in the playoffs, but I'm glad the Sharks took advantage of it, and I'm not glad, like, that they blew them out, like, so much with my superstitions, like, oh, I wish we could spread those goals out, but I am glad that all their main guys got some points. Maybe that boosts their confidence, maybe they got some extra jump in the next few games, and like I said, I hope they start breaking the Oilers down mentally. As the young team that they are, we need to wreck their confidence. That's what you got to do. Wreck their confidence, take it to them. You know, it sounds simple, and it's not, because it's difficult to do that. These guys, you know, they've been playing hockey a lot. They played a lot of hockey. They're here for a reason, for sure. And but like I said, that's the Sharks that I've been waiting for this entire series, and I'm glad that they brought it. Glad they brought it on home ice. A little bit upset. My dad went to Game 3. I couldn't go with him, unfortunately. I had to work, but I texted him, like, yo, why couldn't you get Game 4 tickets? Then I could have gone, and we could have saw this game instead of them getting shut out. And anyway, so again, I'm just going to enjoy the W, and you got to look forward to the next game. Take it to him in Edmonton. And that's pretty much it. So awesome game. Tied series 2-2. Good series so far. Let's see what happens in game number 5.